Hi guys. Okay, really quick, let's go ahead and I'm gonna do something that I've never done this before, but since we're talking about getting our to-dos in order, I'm gonna go ahead and do this with you guys on a phone call. I'm gonna be calling 211, which is a phone number for resources, and this is a global number.
Thank you for calling 211. Press 5 for assistance in English. Gracias por llamar a 211. Para ayuda en español, oprime el 6. For language interpreter, press 5. Thank you for calling 211. Press 5 for assistance in English. Gracias por llamar a 211. Para ayuda en español, oprime el 6. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 now. Please enter the 5-digit zip code where you are currently located. If you do not know that zip code, please press the pound or hash key. Please enter the 5-digit zip code where you are currently located. If you do not know that zip code, please. You entered 32024. If this is correct, please press 1. To re-enter your zip code, please press 2. Please enter the 5-digit zip code where you are currently located. If you do not know that zip code, please press the pound. You entered 32034. If this is correct, please press 1. To re-enter your zip code, if you are looking for services for the state of Washington, please press 1. For all other state services, please press 2. Our agency provides information about services in the state of Washington. Contact information for 211 services in other areas can be found online at 211.org. That is 211.org. If you would like to be connected to a Washington State Information and Referral Specialist, please press 3. Otherwise, press the pound key to be disconnected.
Hi. I thought you were taking a nap. Okay, guys, so we know that you can dial 211 only for your state, which actually makes sense. I was going to be helpful to somebody else, but I don't really mind doing the website, so we'll go ahead and actually do that. That'll be easier for me. I'm more of a site girl than a phone call person. So 211.org is going to pull up any resources that you guys might need in your area. And resources can be literally anything. They could be free bus passes. For those of you who don't have a vehicle, anybody that is in school in your house, whether your kids ride the bus or not, like you can get a bus pass if you have a youth in school. You can get free internet through Xfinity, or it's like 20 something bucks, maybe 4. I don't know. It's a very low and affordable price for Xfinity if you have anybody in school, being that they use tablets. But here it is, and it asks us, what are we looking for today? We are looking, it says, do you need to find food? Do you need mental health services? New to the U.S. and need directions around the country? Your local 211. They can get you free phones. They can get you diapers. They can get you housing. They can help you with any type of toxic or abusive relationship where you don't know who to call or turn to. They can literally direct you anywhere that you need. So that's the best way to go about anything or any situation that you're in. Don't just sit there and think, oh, I don't know anybody to help me. It's who gives a crap, dude. Call this 211 number. Get online, 211.org. You don't even have to make a call. Just a lot of people don't want to use their voice and actually say, hey, I have a problem. Whether it's shame, embarrassment, or the fear of people just knowing what they're going through. So you don't have to be even yourself. You guys can make a different email account without your name on it. That way, when you're communicating through email, you don't ever have to worry. Like, just people know it's me, because those are all feelings that a lot of us go through when we need help. A lot of us don't want to ask for help. We have pride. We have we have shame about it, Get to the food banks. Be making sure that you guys are utilizing the things in your states. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about different resources that I know are available. We'll start with PCAP. PCAP is PCAP, and it stands for Parent-Child Assistance Program. Parent-Child Assistance Program is non-CPS affiliated, and it focuses on parents with children. It doesn't matter if you're with your man or woman or not. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman or not. I know that some resources solely focus on, certain characteristics on whether or not they help or not. But PCAP focuses on the fact that you, for those of you who have been legally involved with CPS or the law or court of any kind, PCAP is available for up to 3 years to help you get diapers, formula, clothes for your kid. They drive you to every appointment. PCAP never, ever reports against you. They're always for you. It was the only agency that I was involved with that had my back during DOC and CPS, and I will be forever grateful for them. In fact, there is somebody that my PCAP worker opened up her own business. She's also available to offer her own personal services. She's went through everything that we have went through. Her name is Heather Cantamessa. She is out of Spokane County. Spokane, Washington, if you guys needed the state, but I'll write her name down. It's a little bit tricky. But Heather Cantamessa is a very sweet girl. She's been through everything that we have been through. And she's honestly just one of the best things that ever happened in my life. So that's her name here, and you guys can actually email her through Facebook. She has a Facebook and a business account on there. She can give you like the ultimate direction when it comes to resources. I'm not even kidding you. She taught me a lot of what I know. I love you. What are you doing?
Just going to get some water.
Honey, will you bring me some V8 juice?
Ooh, yeah.
I like spicy V8 juice. It's good. What are you doing, Hazel Jane? Get over here. What are you doing? Cheese and rice. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what else I got. Okay, so the WorkSource building. At the WorkSource office, there is all the computer labs that you see are available to use as long as you are building resumes or applying for work. Anybody that walks around the WorkSource computer lab is there for you to ask for help. Those are volunteers, and they're actually hired. You can even be a volunteer there. I was a felon. You can become a volunteer at the WorkSource office through a program called Career Path. Career Path is it's actually a program solely focused on people that have had legal issues. I mean, just tons of issues, dude. Legal, CPS, jail time. I mean, very inconsistent lives that are rebuilding. You're rebuilding yourself. That's what these are all about. They understand, hey, you know what, they understand that, okay, these people deal with people all the time that are I'm just going to be blunt, and, sometimes we can be fuck ups. And sometimes also when we screw up, it's very scary to be honest and be like, dude, I did this again. But these people deal with this 24/7. That's what they do as a job. So they're not actually surprised as you think. you might be afraid of telling people what is going on in your life, but these people have seen worse. So you can feel much more comfortable. Thank you, Annie.
Mm-hmm.
So Career Path is a 6-month program, and it actually allows you to apply at these places that you were able to put on your resume. For me, I got to work at the American Diabetes Association and the WorkSource office. I was a fucking crazy criminal, dude, working in this office wearing this blazer. That was one of the first jobs. That was the first job. Well, I got the American Diabetes first, and I had my own office, computer, and I was working with obviously people in an organization that we talked about medical stuff. It was crazy that I was even in this office working there. I couldn't believe it. In those moments, you see that you not only are able to do the job of these professional licensed people, but they didn't even look at you one time the way that you feared people looking at you. They didn't know I was a criminal. They came to me in the computer lab and asked me to help them build resumes. That's how I even know about this. I learned a lot while I worked there. In fact, WorkSource has nothing. All of those brochures on everywhere that you see in the office, they offer more services for people that are going through the struggle. WorkSource, honey, don't be licking my white shit. If you want to stay with me, that's fine. I only wear black or white. Seems like she can't get it right, huh? I love you. What happened? What happened? Oh my gosh, what happened? Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? Did you hear that? Did you hear that, dude? So Career Path is something that you can ask you guys need to go into the WorkSource office and apply for food stamps. As long as you're getting paid less than about $3,000 a month, you qualify. It was about when I hit, it was probably in between 25 and 3,000 that they took them away from me personally. But that's okay. And it does seem like there's a lot of times when we can't seem to make more without losing some. You know, it's like every time you make a little bit extra, your bills can increase, or they want to take something that you were getting as a benefit away. That's just the way it goes. Don't take it personally. They have a chart that says if you make this much, we cut you off, and if you don't make this much, you are allowed to have this. Don't let that limit you. You don't want to be on WorkSource for any longer than you need to, or any type of DSHS benefits, because it's really not that much, you guys. I was living with $300 a month for a while. Like the whole time I was CPS involved. I did get low-income housing. You guys need to be applying for low-income housing now. You cannot qualify if you're a felon, and you cannot move in with your man if they're a felon, or if your woman's a felon. You guys have to be both non-felon, and that's just a requirement. So do not get new charges if you can help it, dude. It'll literally take options away like no other. If you guys get charges with assault, if you guys get in a fight, you can't work at any type of medical facility or daycare, or ever have custody of your grandchildren if a CPS case was to come about in the future and your kid would lose it. Like if you ever get CPS involved and there is a founded case, you will never qualify to adopt your grandkids, nieces, or nephews if they ever get put in a foster home. If dude, there's just a lot, that we need to be aware of that we really regret later on if we didn't know. Heartbreaking regret. Some of you guys do probably have interests in certain career paths that you won't get into the door of if you get certain charges. So you guys need to understand like what you need not seriously do. I have gotten in fights before and I'm fucked. And I definitely would not want any of my nieces and nephews or kids or grandkids or anybody like that, you know what I mean, to be placed in a foster home. And basically just knowing that every time our family got into a fight over anything and the police were called, it's all been on record. And it's all being looked at 24/7. It determines many things. It determines whether or not you get housing, your credit. For credit, I want you to download the Experian app. It's spelled like this. And Experian is a free app, and it is available to be on top of your credit score at all times. And it not just adds one, but it adds 3 different credit companies onto it. So there's 3 different people looking at your score, and these scores will determine your revolving credit and your debt. Every person that applies for an apartment, a house, a car, a loan of any sort, if you want to have any sense of accomplishment really in the future, you're going to want to make sure that your credit is on track right now. Start right now. For those of you who are even young, it doesn't matter. Start right now, because no credit is actually worse than bad credit. People don't mess with people with no credit just as much as they don't with bad credit. So understanding how easy it truly is to keep an eye on your debt and your time expected to pay it off is crucial, because if you don't know when your bills are due and they're being sent to collections, you will simply just get a letter, and you will also get a big bang on your credit score, and it goes down in points. It takes a long time and a lot of money and effort to get your credit score up, but it can drop 20 points that quick if you don't know when your bills are due and you miss a deadline. After the 10th of the month, bills can technically be reported to creditors as late, which will also penalize you. You just need to understand deadlines and protocols and regulations and laws, because what we think is right and wrong and what we want or don't want is kind of irrelevant when we have to work with anyone to achieve the goal. It's not really about, really honestly, what you want when it's working with these professionals. It's what is the protocol and what are the steps that I need to take to get there. So Experian's good for, it's the one you need to do for your credit. Career Path can get you in the door of places that you can put on your resume and be proud of. The resource office is available for you guys to use anytime for free at the WorkSource building, DSHS. You can also apply for food stamps there and medical. You need to have medical and food stamps. If you don't have a job and you don't have a home, you can still get that stuff. If you don't have an address, it will be difficult possibly for a long period of time to get the benefits, but I'm pretty sure they still actually give it to you for at least 1 to 3 months without it, just under the agreement that you return the information that you didn't have at a certain date deadline. And if you don't return it, then you will get cut off of your benefits. So every benefit is available for anybody. And maybe you have to be on a wait list. Maybe it doesn't happen as fast as you wish it would, but that's why we need to do it now. Anything that you want, get on these wait lists now. I was on low-income housing for a few years. I ended up getting kicked out of it because I became a felon. And you lose a lot of very important things that you would really love to have. But I got a 2-bedroom, 2-story apartment for $70. This happened twice. I got one up here in Spokane and I got one down in Grant County. Obviously, paying $70 is a really good deal. And with the $300 I was living on from TANF, I managed to somehow get my cleaning supplies, the toilet paper, and the bills paid at the beginning of the month. And even I got a couple things for myself. And it just really shows me that you can make it work with whatever you have. It blows my mind knowing that I was living on $300 a month back then when Halo was a baby. And pretty much before, my whole life before that, like we always were on TANF growing up as children. We even had those paper food stamp things. So don't be all butthurt when your benefits actually dwindle away because you became the person that you wanted to be. Losing benefits over time is not a bad thing. Obviously, it's always great to get free money and free resources and help, but the goal of the resources is for you to learn how to be self-sufficient. It's not for you to keep using it for the rest of your life. Okay. So PCAP can help with diapers, rides to the doctor, anything and everything. You do have to have had at least a CPS case. I'm pretty sure you might have had to have a CPS case within a period of time. It could have been the last year, maybe a little longer. But if you're somebody with CPS involved and you just need somebody that advocates for you, this person she's an advocate. They are advocates for you. They write CPS letters of referral for you that say, I've been with this person 1 or 2 times a week. I see them actively with their children at home, and I am saying to you that I know this person is a good mom. I interact with them. I am watching to see if they are good parents, and they really write you. They not only write you references, but they go to court with you every hearing and have your support and back. And all of your stuff is confidential. And for me, it was just like, it was just one of the few, honestly, real good people I've ever met in my entire life. 211 is a website where you can get all the websites available, period. And Heather Cantamessa, she can direct you like there's no limit with what Heather can do. So reach out to Heather through Facebook. And you guys can look up her personal nonprofit organization that she began out of being inspired, that she somehow made it out of the struggle. So every person on it, there's a lot of people out there, you guys, that you can feel comfortable talking to. And they're just like all of us, you know. We just get on our business suit and we go and work a job. But even my CPS worker called me after my case was closed, and he cried to me and told me that both his wife and his stepson had been heavily addicted to pills and stuff. And he told me even in specific that he came home from work multiple nights and his wife would be in the shop on pills, smoking a cigarette, falling asleep in the chair, and that so many times she almost burnt the house down. He ended up having his own son overdosing from addiction. You know, so while you're worried about being in front of these professionals, just know that more than likely they're with you because they understand you more than you could ever know. They're suffering and they're learning from us just as much as we're learning from them. You don't need to fear asking for help or getting where you want to be in life. Never doubt asking. Just simply play the yes or no game. This in particular isn't really a play yes or no at all for me. But if it helps your mind at least be able to ask people for help a little bit easier and better, you could play the yes or no game. And when we play the yes or no game, we simply are okay with either one of the answers. It's always better to play this game before you're in a situation where you need the answer yes. So get on there and apply for these things. If you guys need any help in specific more, just hit me up, dude. This is literally my favorite thing to do. There is no limit to where you can go and what you can achieve. The only limit is you. So if there's anything in your life that you want to make better, your life moves at the pace that you push it, and Google can provide you with step-by-step information to get this goal completed promptly and efficiently and safely.